Here's a nice Austrian-made Minerva UKW vol transistor, which I believe translates to all transistor. And UKW is what they call the FM over in Europe. You can see the box is pretty battered, but the radio itself is in great shape. Here's the original inspection tag. And even the original bag around the radio itself, which probably kept the water that the box was exposed to off of the radio. Let me just lift it out of the bag. You can see that the box was fitted for the radio. Someone was nice enough to write all over the box. This note says 6 new batteries are in the radio. The radio's definitely got some wear from sliding around in the box, but I don't think it was used all that much by whoever purchased it. Now this is an export model. They didn't put a ton of effort into making this for the US, but it does have a unique dial. You can see FM goes up to 108. No civil defense marks though. I'll have to check online exactly what year this was made. I think 1962 or 3. I don't remember exactly though. I'll put it in the title as usual. Gotta be a little careful with the back because of this socket here. It's attached, and those wires are pretty short. As you can see, they're already straining. Here's the battery compartment. It says, in the United States, use battery types shown below, and lists several American battery types. The European version of this would take 3-volt batteries that are pretty long. You can actually see the ridges for them, even more so on the upper cover, which they didn't even bother changing. It would fit right into there. Now I think this is the reason why batteries were both included and this thing wasn't used much. Let's try and load up some batteries. You're starting to see the problem now, right? You can't actually get 6 American batteries to fit in there. They just kind of pop out of the holder. The holder's just a little bit too small. I guess they tried to economize by reusing the casing for their 3-volt batteries, but they didn't actually check to see if 6 American batteries fit in there. Perhaps period batteries were a little bit smaller, but at least the ones I have don't appear to be. So I'm going to have to power it up with this 9-volt battery and some jumper cables. I've replaced a few capacitors in this radio. It is not easy to work on at all. It's fairly easy to take the front off, but it's not easy to get at this circuit board. And that seems to be where there's currently a problem. The radio does not work on FM. It does work pretty well on AM though. You can see the serial number engraved in there, which matches the one on the card I showed earlier. Interestingly, they provide the schematic for the FM board, but there's no corresponding schematic for the circuit board that handles everything else. Although actually there is the output stage populated on this board as well. This is the FM front end circuitry. Something's wrong there. I haven't quite figured out what's going on. I'm not able to pick up any stations on FM. It was actually originally completely dead on AM. It seemed one of the electrolytics was keeping it from playing right. There's one that was bad. I replaced all the 10 millifarad electrolytics. Actually, not going to bother putting that back on. I'm going to jump that battery in there now and show it to you on AM. The band switch is over on the side here. Red is AM and long wave, marked as M and L. That switches between AM and long wave. Long wave is of course not really used in the US, so that would have been pretty useless. And the green band is the FM band, which is on the bottom of the dial scale there. It's got a nice antenna for FM that seems to have been hardly used. I think that the FM problem is why this thing got put away, but who knows. Let me just put the camera down for a second, hook up that battery. Can't really easily do that one-handed, you know. I don't really want to go any further electrically with this radio until I figure out a good solution for the battery compartment, because I can't really just attach a 9-volt holder and put it in the original battery compartment, and I don't want to just remove the original battery compartment. It's unique to this export model, so it's kind of special. Alright, it's all powered up now. It's set to AM. The volume dial's on the side here.
It's so annoying getting a good night's sleep. I am so awake every day.
Midfield, meaning 16th starting spot for Chris Buescher, and as he makes his kick.
Hi, Coach Brennan. It's just the coach today. Max is down in Miami. He just texted.
Guys, he said this came up. We'll ask Bob Nightingale about it in a half hour.
Okay.
This came up. My understanding is during the contract discussion. Bring it on.
Shell Pinball Performance Fund. South Palantonio, live from Bunker.
And in FM, it's just pretty much silent. If you crank the volume all the way up, you can hear a little static, but that's about it. Something's wrong in the first two transistor stages. When I hook up a signal generator set to the usual FM IF frequency of, I think it's like 10.7 megahertz, you can hear that tone through the speaker, but yeah, something's wrong in there. It's a pretty nice looking radio. Hate to just make it a shelf queen, but that's what it's going to be for now. Alright, thanks for watching.